Okay, so in the last video I tried to explain as best I could how a piano action works. It's pretty complicated when you really don't know, but it's once you see how these things all tie and work together within themselves, it's quite easy to see how it does work. So the operation I'm doing now with the rebuild is introducing the keys to the piano one by one and adjusting them so that they should work perfectly with the action. So first of all, I try put a key on and just initially see what we've got. Well, I can see that is probably just about blocking too much onto the string. It's too near the string before it gets released. So the adjustment is on the next to each individual pad that I explained before. So I'll just tweak it back a bit and then try the key again, and the hammer again I should say, and that's perfect. Next thing is there should be no play. Once I press the key, the whipping should rise. There should be no free play. I can see that on light pressure there's that free play before the actual hammer moves. That's taken up by these screws here, so they're on a sort of like a little pivot, so you undo that screw, tighten that, and it pulls that up or down, and therefore you can release the increase the distance or decrease the distance between that and the whipping, and get it right so there's no free play at all. So just adjusting that and try again. It's better. That's too much. Screw that down and lock it. Too much. This is why it takes a long time to... That's perfect. It takes quite a long time to go through all these operations. Now, I didn't explain what these are for. These are the back checks. So when the hammer gets sprung back from hitting the string, something has to catch it, and that's what these are catchers. So, and you can bend these. So if I bend that back slightly, you get it so that the hammer actually, when it's pulled back into check, that's the terminology, it's about ½ an inch from the string. So that is pretty much it really. So that distance has to be correct, which can be adjusted by different sizes of felt washers and little paper washers like this that you can put underneath, to get about 7/16 of an inch of distance between when the hammer's at rest and when it's depressed. Should be around about 7/16 distance there, or 3/8. So that's got to be right. There should be no free play there. If there is, it's taken up by altering these screws. Watch that the jack pulls up and the hammer goes towards the string and checks. That's the word that's used when the hammer actually gets released from the forward motion to the string. Checks about 1/16 to 1/8 before the string, which it is, and then make sure that the hammer comes back onto the rest. ready for its next cycle. So that's basically it. I hope, again, this is of interest to you. If there's any questions, you could always email me and I can try and explain things a little bit better if you don't understand.